Okay, a little repair video I got for you here tonight. Just a quick one. Picked up this Sony PlayStation 1 controller from Goodwill. I was just browsing through a Goodwill and found this one. It's a DualShock. Not a DualShock, I'm sorry. DualShock's PS2. It's an analog, PS1 analog. Which, you know, kind of common, but still nice to have. If you have a PS1 and, you know, you've got the PS1 without the analog sticks, there's a few games that are kind of annoying without them. Resident Evil, the director's cut, I think it was the director's cut, had analog support. Anyway, so we got a couple issues here. We've got a analog here that's dead. Just gets stuck. Gets stuck over there. That's kind of annoying. That one seems fine. Doesn't really get stuck anywhere. So we'll check that out. And there's also something shaking around in there. So let's crack her open. Let's see how deep of a screwdriver I'm going to need to get at these. Now you can see that there's, this is lifting a little bit. So, there's something going on there. Maybe that's what that rattling is, just the mount point for the screw in there. Who knows? But, it was at Goodwill. It was just a couple bucks. So, a couple bucks for even parts isn't a bad deal. So I figured I'd go for it. I've never really worked on PlayStation 1 controllers. I've worked on PlayStation 3 and 4 controllers. And I don't think I've ever had a DualShock fail on me. So I'm sure it's very similar to a DualShock 2. Or just a DualShock. I don't remember. What do they call those? I thought the PlayStation 2 were just the DualShock. And the PlayStation 3s were DualShock 3s. Well, that screw's not coming out very easy. Let's see what's going on with that. And here's the side with the suspected. Oh, no. It's not the screw. The screw's coming out. So they got something else going on in here. Let's see what we got. Well, there's a little piece of plastic there. Not really sure what that is. I don't know if you can see it or not. Oh, I gotta turn on my light. There you go. Oh, whatever, it's just a little piece of plastic. Okay. Let's see what we got over here. Everything looks okay over here. Where is that little piece of plastic from? Oh, a little piece of plastic's right there. So it was the mounting for the screw to get it to sit flush, but I think was it just that the vibration motor was just too high? shoot, I think that's all it was. No, there's still more shaking around in there, so there's more plastic, I'm sure, from that piece. Yep, there's another piece. Well, I'm going to tear this thing down and clean it all out anyway, but I think this motor, little motor for the vibration, was just out of place, and somebody had tried to screw it back down without that motor being in the right spot and crack that piece. There we go. Because now yeah, now the controller sits nice and flush. And there's no more shaking in there. Yeah, sits nice and flush. So now I just got to take a look at this analog stick. It'll be the left thumbstick. Show you that one. Let's take a look here. Okay, first things first, let's get rid of our cable here. I believe I should be able to just pop it out. Maybe that's just on the DualShock 2s. Yeah, it doesn't look like that pops out. I don't need it to. That's not the biggest deal on the planet. Okay, we got one screw here. You know, I'm just going to tear this whole thing down. I'm going to clean it anyway. I'm going to wash the whole case and everything. Okay, those screws are the same size, so let's just pop you out. Like I said, it's the left one that's sticking. That's the guy there that sticks. I think it's just gunked up in there. I've had them before where they get dirt and whatnot in there and they just need some cleaning to get them set right. So I'm going to wash everything here. So I might as well just pull everything down. Let's see, there should be a screw on the baseboard. Nope, there's not. I lied. Okay, let's get that out. And get that out. Get both motors out. Okay, there's the whole board. And then here's the buttons and little button pads. And if you ever... I fixed a PS2 I got from Goodwill. If you ever lose this little cross piece here, I had picked up a DualShock that had this little cross piece was broken in it, that little cross piece right there. I could not find one. I was going to try to design one and 3D print it, but you know, I'm not all that great at designing for 3D printing yet, so I did not. Yeah, that's nice and dirty. Look at that. Ew. That's okay. Give her a bath. Clean up fine. Get her little lens and then our buttons. All that will get washed up. Actually, let me grab a little bin to put all that in. And then, you know, it all depends on how you like to clean your controllers. I've had really good luck cleaning my controllers with Green Clean or Mean Green. They're both the same thing. You can get I think the Green Clean you can get at Dollar General. and I found it works just as well as mean green, or I don't know, whatever the expensive one is. One you get it like Menards and Lowe's and Home Depot. Okay, we'll just wash all that up. That little cross, I'm not going to wash that. I think that's fine. They're kind of fragile. So all that goes in the bin. We'll wash all that. I just throw some, warm water on it with some green clean, and it cleans that stuff right up. All right, let's try. I'll try a little deoxit on this. Try not to break the wires on these motors. On this analog that's sticking. That one's just nice and snappy. And I think if you're down here, yeah, that's the. Well, let's just spray a little deoxit in there and see if that just loosens it up. A little deoxit. Just deoxit both of them and all right, so I gave it a good deoxiting, and yeah, so one thing I noticed is that it's bent. Somebody must have got mad at their analog, playing some Street Fighter 2. I don't remember if there's even a Street Fighter 2 for PlayStation 1. Plasma Sword. There we go. I'm pretty sure there was somebody got mad playing Tekken 3. I know there was a Tekken 3 for PlayStation 1. That was the last Tekken for PlayStation 1. I know that. And it was awesome. Yeah. So, yeah, this post right here is bent. So that's why we're looking a little crooked. I'm going to try to get a needle nose pliers and see if I can't bend that back. All right, we got our needle nose pliers here, and I'm just going to try to bend this back a little bit, straighten it out. That was not the controller popping, that was my hand, so. Closer. It's still got a little bit of a bend to it. It does look better. It does still have a bend to it. It's not as bad as it was, but it's still there for sure. And it's enough to drive me insane. How can I bend that back a little bit better? I don't want to press it too hard against that, you know, like go like that. In fear of... I mean, that metal case is there. I wonder if I grab it real deep. Just be real gentle about it. Oh man, I don't know. I really don't want to break it even more. I mean, it's returning to its position. It's just got that bend. I might just have to go for it. Just give a little push. Oh. Oh. Straightened right out. Beautiful. Oh, I might have overbent it a little bit now. I did. Damn it, I went a little too far. Just a hair. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, that looks really good. Okay. Got that sorted out. I'll wash those up. All right, let's clean. Just clean everything up a little bit here with some alcohol, some cotton. And just get a little bit of this, deoxit off the board. Just to clean it up a little bit. Okay, I think we'll call that good, and then the little controller pieces, I'm gonna I'm going to take those off and wash those too. They're pretty grimy. Or the little L1 and R1 buttons. Oh yeah, somebody was a little violent with this. This board is cracked for the button. It's got a little crack right on it. Let's see if that affects anything. I don't think it does. Come on. There we go. Yeah. That was a little dirty. So let's wash that whole thing out. Just get it kind of squeaky clean. Nothing to do. Yeah, there's a little gunk in there. Yeah, get all that cleaned up. And get all this cleaned up. Oh. Oh. All right, got that pad all flipped off there, and nothing wrong with that. Yeah, there's that crack, and I think, yeah, it's just superficial. Not gonna hurt anything. And controller looks pretty good. Okay, well, I'll just wash all these parts, and then I'll finish up putting this all back together and see if it works. All right, guys, so here is my bucket of goodies with the green clean in there. And I haven't even really let this soak. Usually I'll let, if it's really bad, I'll let it soak for, like overnight, and then I'll come back to it the next day, and it'll be cleaned up. And it'll be real easy to clean off any dirt and gunky residue. So I just take my green clean bucket here, wash everything down with a nylon brush. These nylon brushes, you can get them at Harbor Freight. They come in like a 3-pack, and I want to say they're like $4 or $5, something like that. And I don't always use a Harbor Freight coupon, but they're real cheap, and they work well for cleaning bigger stuff. When you get into the smaller stuff like this, the toothbrush is really nice because you can kind of get into the crevices and the cracks, and it kind of gets any and all dirt out of the smaller areas. You can just pick up giant packs of toothbrushes online for, $6-7. They come with 10 toothbrushes, 6 toothbrushes. There's one. I want to say that was $5 or $6. And then I don't, I have an electric toothbrush. I don't use them for brushing my teeth. I just use them for cleaning circuit boards and controller parts and stuff like that. And we'll just get in here and give everything a nice cleaning, and then we'll rinse it off to get any of that green clean off. And if you're cleaning older controllers, Super Nintendo, Genesis, Atari, controllers like that, Master System. God, Master System controllers are such garbage. If you're cleaning old controllers like that, older controllers, watch the plastics, like the small little, tabs like that. They get real brittle, and they'll break easily. So if you're going, ham on everything with your giant nylon brush, you're going to break shit. So, don't do it. PlayStation controllers are pretty damn sturdy. I don't think I've had one yet, and I buy them all the time. If I find if I see a PlayStation controller at, you know, Savers or Goodwills or garage sales, any of them, you know, PS1, PS2, PS3, any of those controllers, if they're reasonable, I pick them up. Because, I mean, they're hardy. They take a beating. And, I mean, just a little cleaning like this, I don't think I've ever had one that I couldn't fix. You know, if it was a button that wasn't working, it's usually, you know, there was dirt in the contacts or something. And it just needed to be cleaned up. You know, and that's pretty much whenever I run into PlayStation controllers, just clean them up. They work. They're tough. You know, if they're shattered, you know, don't bother. There's plenty of them out there. But they're really nice to have. So yeah, I'm just going to keep cleaning all the little parts here. Get everything cleaned up. I'm going to take it out to the sink. Give everything a good rinse. Get that cleaner off. And put her all back together. Alright. Everything's all washed up here. I got it all dried off. Cat saying hello. I glued that little plastic piece that had broken off. I super glued that all back together. There was 2 little pieces in there. It looks like the whole thing was still good. So that looks pretty good. Should hold. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. So we'll rock with that now. Let's see if we can remember the PlayStation controller jigsaw puzzle. I think it's something like that with that. I know those two go together. Put those two in there. And then, yeah, that sits in there. Above that. That piece sits in there. Yep. Like that. And like that. Yep, that's right. And that's right. Okay, let's grab our controller board here. And let's see if we can't start putting things back together. Okay, that feels nice. That feels nice. Let's go. What am I doing? Putting it together upside down. There we go. Okay. Yep, that feels good. Okay, those both feel pretty good. And then it should drop in there like that, I believe, right? Yep. Okay, so that's going to sit kind of like that. And let's get these guys in here. And we'll just kind of get these in place to where they're supposed to be. And there we go. Okay, and then these little brackets, they get screwed in to hold that down. there you go. It's all back together. I'm pretty sure everything is secure. Let's start screwing and see how she holds together. Move up a bit just to get a little bit tighter grip on these screws. Yeah, much better. Now, unfortunately, I think, unless I can find it somewhere here, I think I dropped the lens for the analog light down the drain. I think I poured it out when I was washing out my tub of water. And mean green. So that sucks. I'll have to try to find another one of those. The controller will still function without it, but unfortunately, it's just there by me. And that screws into it, I'm pretty sure. Hold it into place. Yeah, because otherwise that screw's just loose. There we go. All put back together. Analog sticks feel great. And, I mean, really, she looks great. You know, for a controller that's running on, I mean, when was the original analog controller for PS1 released? I mean, 99, 2000? Let's see. $1997. 1997 is when that controller debuted. So, I mean, you're looking at a controller that's 23 years old. And I would say it's still in pretty good shape. I'll test it out just to make sure it works. But I mean, I guarantee it does. There was no damage to it at all on the board that I could see. I'm sure it's fine. And it's a great little controller here. I'm going to, well, I guess I could show you guys that. I spray it down with a little bit of Novus, all my controllers that I restore. And, you know, as long as they're not all beat up and scratched up, I just kind of throw some Novus 1 on there, which is just, like it says, clean and shine. And I just give them a little spray on both sides. And just rub it off. And just kind of rub it in with a clean paper towel. And this stuff just gives the plastic a little bit of a shine and just gives it kind of a nice feel in the hand, and kind of gives it a little bit, just makes it feel a little bit newer, I think. You know, the Nova stuff is used for restoring plastic, so you get a kit of that Novus, and you can there's 1, 2, and 3. 3 is to remove large scratches, and then 2 is to remove fine scratches, and then 1 is just to kind of shine everything up and to give it a good look. So, like I say, when I restore them, I just put some 1 on them, kind of wipe the 1 in, and you end up with something that looks a little like that. You know, overall, That's a really nice looking controller. Oops, sorry, I gave you an earthquake there. You know? And, I mean, analogs work fine. You know, for 23 years old, that looks pretty good. I'll take some IPA and just kind of wipe down the cord here, but I mean, it's in pretty good shape. It wasn't dirty. I kind of overpaid a little bit for a broken controller, but you know, one of the reasons was it was in cosmetically, it was in pretty good shape. So even if I couldn't fix it, I could take the guts out of one that you know, was in worse shape cosmetically and put it in that one. But I think this will be great. That's it. That's the whole video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, do all that dumb shit. Push bells or whatever you do now. With the YouTubes, if you want more repair videos. Who knows what I'll be working on next. I'm just kind of repairing stuff right now and restoring it. And I'm kind of having fun doing it. It's nice during the COVID times to just take your mind off things and just, you know, take something old and make it work or make it new again. And you know, I don't play a lot of PlayStation 1 games, but you know, if I ever get around to doing it with my daughter or something, we'll have the stuff to do it. All right, thanks guys.